What's up? This is Ben from WODprep, and in this video, I'm going to talk about a very common double under mistake that a lot of athletes make. If you fix this mistake, then it can completely transform your ability to do double unders. You might already be able to do a handful of double unders, but if you're making this mistake, it is causing you to have a cap on the amount of double unders that you can do unbroken. Or maybe if you can't do any double unders, this might be the main reason why you can't do any. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm actually going to give you a free double under training course. It's completely free, no strings attached, but you do have to stick around to the end, and then I'll tell you where you can get it. So let's talk about one of the biggest issues when it comes to hitting big sets of double unders, and that is what I call jump control. So, are you someone that makes these few mistakes when you're doing double unders? So, the first one would be something very common, and it's called the pike. So basically, when I'm doing double unders, you might see someone jump like this. And yeah, they can do double unders, but that is a critical jump control mistake. We'll talk a little bit more about why it's bad in the future, but let's talk about another common jump control mistake, and that is the opposite. It's the donkey kick. Okay, so that's where someone's kicking their feet up like a donkey. We have the pike or the dolphin, and then we have the donkey. And then the other more subtle version of a jump control mistake is what I call the toe tuck fault, or basically it's like you're landing flat-footed. So I want you to pay close attention to my feet specifically when I'm doing these. Okay, did you see how when I jumped, just watch this foot right here. When I jumped up, and then when I'm in the air, I tuck my toe, and then a lot of times what's happening is I'm landing flat-footed. Okay, so I jump, and then as I jump, I lift my toe in the air, and then it's causing me to land flat-footed. So those are the three big jump control mistakes. I've also seen some people do things like this where they start spinning when they do double unders, or maybe they go forward or they go backward is a really common one. And normally it has to do with these three things that we just talked about. Either piking, donkey kicking, or the toe tuck fault, or we can just call it landing flat-footed. These are three common issues that a lot of people who can do double unders make. So if we fix them, if we start by focusing on the fundamentals of jumping and then build from there, hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to be able to do double unders with a controlled jump, and thus that's going to unlock huge unbroken sets for you. So let's start by putting the rope down. If I came to you and I said, hey, I want you to jump up and down 10 times. There is no way that you're going to go like this, right? There's no way that you're going to go like this, okay? It's silly. You're not going to go like this either, okay? If I told you to jump up and down 10 times, you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to go like that. That is the jump that you need to have for your double unders. I don't know why. It's probably a coordination thing. I think it's like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. When people have a rope in their hand, for whatever reason, their jumping mechanics go out the window and they jump like a crazy person. We don't want you to jump like a crazy person. What we want to do is put the rope down, and we're going to start by just talking about the fundamentals of jumping. I'm going to give you a couple drills, and then we're going to put it all together at the end so that when you jump like this, all you have to do is pick up a rope and spin it, and you're still jumping the exact same way. You'll notice it's a much more efficient way to jump. Focus on creating a really good jumping pattern, and then add the rope, and then hopefully that means we can do big sets of unbroken double unders without getting very tired, especially in the legs. So the first thing that we need to do when you're doing a double under attempt is I want you to have your feet underneath your hips, or this is a rare case where I say, yes, technically we can probably jump our best with our feet directly under our hips, but I have noticed that for a lot of people, it does help when we turn two legs into one by telling you to get your feet glued together. So I don't care if you jump like this with your feet hip width apart, that's fine, but I do find that for beginners, just because sometimes that rope gets pushed to one side or the other. The more narrow we are in the middle, the easier it is to make sure that we don't trip. So first we're going to do is have our feet either hip width apart or slightly narrower. This is how I want you to jump from. So jump from this position. And just to split the difference, I'll jump from here, okay? Because the narrower we get at the bottom, the more room for error we have for that rope side to side, okay? So from this position, the next thing we're going to do is when you jump, what does your feet do when you jump? I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see. When I jump, if I just jump up in the air once, okay, you'll notice that, let's isolate this leg. When I jump, my feet go from flat, they roll to the ball of my feet, and then I jump up in the air, and you'll notice my toes are pointed down the whole time that I'm in the air. It doesn't make any sense to jump like that and pull my feet up or push them forward or pull them back. All I'm doing is I'm jumping up by bouncing off the balls of my feet, and then when I'm in the air, my knee will slightly bend and my toe will stay pointed down. So the first thing I want you to focus on when you're practicing your double under jump is that as you're in the air, I want you to keep that calf slightly flexed so that you're able to rebound right out of the bottom. Okay, so when I jump, as my foot goes up, if I flatten my foot, now I'm not in a very good position to rebound from the bottom into the next jump. But if I jump like this, I keep my toe down, it loads my foot for the next jump and I can bounce right off. So feet underneath the hips or slightly narrower. When I jump in the air, I want to keep my toes pointed down to the ground the entire time so that it sets me up to rebound for my next rep. The next thing that I want to talk about is you should have soft knees. And all that means is that when I jump, I'm just slightly bending my knees. My knees are slightly bent. What we're trying to do here is create a spring to catch us when we rebound and spring us right back up into the air. And that's involved in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So when I jump, I'm loading the spring by keeping my toes pointed down, my knees are slightly bent, and my hip is slightly bent with my chest proud. The reason we have a proud chest is to make sure that we stay stationary. That's going to prevent us from scooting backwards or forwards or spinning. We have a proud chest looking at one thing on the ground. So a lot of times I will literally pick out a speck on the ground or a chalk bucket or whatever, something that I can just look at the entire time, because if I'm looking all over the place, then my body might turn all over the place. Remember, wherever your eyes are, your body tends to follow. So just focus on one spot as you're doing these jumps, and a lot of times that'll help you stay centered, keep that chest proud, and make sure that you're not spinning all over the place. So again, as a review, feet under the hips or slightly narrower. When I jump, I'm jumping with my toes pointed down, soft knees. And all that means is that when I jump, I'm not extending my knees all the way so that I don't have anything to rebound into when I land. I want to make sure that when I jump, I just slightly tuck my knees. That's it. That's it. So that when I'm bouncing, it kind of looks like this. My chest is proud, my knees are slightly bent, my toes are pointed down to the ground. Are you enjoying this video? If so, do me a favor, smash the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button, because that helps YouTube send more people to get free videos like the one that you're watching. So please, if you like WODprep and you like this video, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Thank you so much. And then the next thing we need to talk about is jump height. If I jump perfectly, but I'm only jumping this high in the air, then my rope speed has to be insanely fast for myself to be able to do a double under. So we have to make sure that our jump height is enough. Usually like the 4 to 6 inch range, roughly, is a great height to jump, because that is about this high, about like this. That gives me plenty of time to spin the rope twice with just a normal double under cadence. It's not crazy fast. It's not crazy slow. It's just a nice, easy 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what drills can we practice to get all of these things right? Well, the first thing I want you to do is take a cell phone. Pretty much every phone imaginable nowadays has the ability to film in slow motion. So I want you to set up a phone and film yourself jumping in slow motion. I want to see you jump normally. I want to see you also jump with a jump rope and see if anything changes. Because ideally, your traditional jump where I'm just jumping like a normal human being, that jump should look exactly the same when you have a rope in your hand. So sometimes I'll even have athletes pick up the rope and tell them not to spin it, just hold it where they would be spinning. All right, do some jumping. Okay, and now we can practice. Right, nothing changes at all, ideally. Okay, so once we have a phone set up, I want you to film yourself doing these drills. Number one is the big single. So rather than adding the complexity of spinning the rope twice, I want you to add just doing big single under. So a big single under is the exact fundamentals that I just talked about with the jump. All we're doing is rotating the rope once per jump. So it looks like this. So I'm jumping with the double under height, but I'm only spinning with a single under speed. That's going to help us practice having that, patting our head and rubbing our belly at the same time. We have a rope in our hands, we're spinning it, we're also practicing to make sure that nothing changes with our jump. Next, after you practice that, again, you're filming yourself doing these attempts, I want you to put the rope down and we're going to practice something called penguin claps. If you watch any of the other YouTube videos I have about double unders, or you've been to any of my double under seminars, I'm a huge proponent of the penguin clap. The penguin clap looks like this. I'm jumping up and down, the same jump we've been talking about, good fundamentals, and then all I do is I add a double tap with my hands. The double tap occurs when I'm in the air, so it's 1, 2. If you notice, if you watch it a little bit slower, you'll see that when I jump, as I'm going up, I clap once, and then right around the peak of my jump, the apex of my jump, I clap again. That simulates me going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, spins with the jump rope. So again, with your rope on the ground, practice jumping, maybe just do a few warm-up jumps, and then add in those claps. I'm really emphasizing the clap. I'm not just going tap, tap, okay? I'm actually going 1, 2, because when I have a jump rope in my hand, we actually have to emphasize those spins. When I spin, I go 1, 2. Watch. So just like the penguin clap, it's not a continuous spin. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. When you combine that with the jump that we're talking about, the penguin clap works really well because it helps us keep the exact same cadence as you would with a jump rope. So rather than just jumping and then not knowing how to spin, we're adding in that spin. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? And then, now it's time to put it all together. So we've practiced jumping without a rope. We practiced jumping with a rope with those big singles. Next, we've practiced the cadence of a jump rope by doing the double under jump along with the penguin clap. Now it's time to put it all together. Hopefully, by now you've exposed yourself to the perfect fundamentals. You know how to jump. You know that you can jump the right way. You know that you can keep the cadence because you just showed me that you could with those penguin claps. Now it's time to put it all together. What I like to do is we can do five no spins, 5 big singles, and then attempt double unders. Watch how my jump doesn't change the entire time. And I'll turn slightly to show you kind of where everything's bending. So watch this. Hold your rope. I want you to do 5 double under jumps into 5 big singles into an attempt of double unders. Here's what it looks like. So hopefully you noticed there that there was no change in my jump. My jump stayed the same the whole time. If it's too difficult to go from no jump into those single unders, that's fine too. You can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath, and then 5 big singles. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when you're ready, add in the spin. And hopefully, if you film these sets, you will start to notice, ooh, what's causing my error? What is causing me to change my jump into a flat-footed jump, a toe tuck, or maybe you're donkey kicking. But when you can identify what the change is and when you're making it, that's when we can start to fix it. So I hope that this video helped. We talked a lot about jumping. It's really important that you use your phone to video yourself so that you can see when and where you are changing your jump. Because I promise you, everyone watching this probably can jump with the right form and the right height. You can do it. But for some reason, when we add that rope to our hands, things go crazy. So we just need to work on that coordination to be able to jump with the good fundamentals that we talked about, toes pointed down, soft knees, proud chest, and jump 4 to 6 inches in the air. And then when you can do that and add the rope, double under magic will occur. If you are someone who wants a completely free double under training guide, well, I got it for you. All you have to do is go to WODprep.com/DU, enter your name and email, and I'm going to send you even more information, even more detailed video breakdown than this one that will teach you step by step how to learn double unders, and it's completely free. So just click the top comment below. There's a link there, or you can look in the description, or just type in your browser WODprep.com/DU. If you want to really take things to the next level, we actually have a full-blown double under training course. And if you sign up for that free training guide that I'm talking about, you'll get a special discount on that. That's called Double Under Pro. So click the link, go there, get your free course, and then if you think you want to take it to the next level and get detailed programming with even more video, in-depth reviews on how to fix all the double under faults, then you can grab Double Under Pro and see the magic for yourself. With that, I hope you liked this video. Thumbs up if you did, thumbs down if you didn't. Smash the subscribe button, that way you don't miss any more training content. We have tons more videos like this on the way for all the skills in CrossFit. Let me know in the comments, what is the mistake that you're making in your jump? Are you someone that does the toe tuck fault? Do you pike? Do you donkey kick? What's going on? Do you spin? Do you jump forward? Do you jump backwards? Let me know in the comments and let us know how these drills go to fix it. And I will see you next week. Hey, did you like this video? Well, I have a lot more where that came from, where you can enhance your skills even more and learn a bunch. Click this box to watch my next video.